The Gina and Matty Podcast.
Good and best to breaking news.
Minute by minute.
What's trending?
Yeah, this is we just had a little look on Google Trends, which is a search engine, basically, that tells you what everyone has been searching for in and around the coast and the country in the last week, and narrow it down to 4 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours. So I clocked it into 24 hours, and these are the three biggest things that everyone is talking about in our area. Kicking it off, number one, normally the Australia Day debate doesn't happen until January, but it's kicked off early because a major venue company that was at the centre of a stoush over Australia Day says it regrets the concern and confusion it caused over comments about celebrating Australia Day. Now, the AVC, which is the Australian Venue Company, which operates more than 200 pubs across the country, reportedly notified venue managers it would not be celebrating Australia Day on January 26 because the day caused hurt and sadness for some members of our community. But then in a statement yesterday, they seemed to backtrack, acknowledging that the comments caused both concern and confusion. We sincerely regret that our purpose... we sincerely regret that. Our purpose is to reinforce community in our venues, not divide it, the statement read. It's not for us to tell anyone whether or not and how to celebrate Australia Day. We acknowledge that and we apologise for our comments. It wasn't intended to offend anyone. Gosh, can't we just get through December before we start doing all
And so
this
they
here?
own a bunch of pubs kind of thing?
200 pubs around the country. It's like, well...
How can you say to a person as they walk into a pub on that day, you're not allowed to celebrate?
No, I think what they're saying, the way they're saying it is we're not celebrating. So it's like the doors are open.
Right.
We've always been and always open on Australia Day, and we continue to book events for our patrons. But whether you choose to celebrate Australia Day or not is up to you. So they're just not going to put up Australia flags, have like lamb specials on the menu and make a big, it's Australia Day.
Yeah.
And they've got the right to do that. That's their company.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a smart way to make money, I don't know, because companies need to make money, and then you're saying, well, we're not going to do something on that day. But I don't know. It's a tricky one because that debate rolls around, and I think it's just outrage for the sake of outrage at the moment, keeping Sky After Dark clicking over. But that's that one. Number two, Laurie Daly. Gosh, this shocked me.
Yeah.
New South Wales has gone back to the future, naming Laurie Daly as the new State of Origin coach, taking the team into the 2025 series and beyond. Now, Madge Maguire
Yes,
led
because
the Blues.
he retired.
No, so what he did is he had the one season, boom, and then the Broncos, your mob, poached him and he's gone up there. So the way it's kind of worked is that if you've run a club team, you don't coach State of Origin.
Right.
So you can't be the coach of the Sea Eagles and then also coach the Blues, that kind of thing. So interesting. There's a lot of comments rolling around whether or not Laurie Daly's going to pick Mitchell Pearce at halfback and Kirk Gidley in the centres, which is I found quite funny, and probably two people will listening right now. But he last coached the Blues between 2013 and 2017, winning 6 of his 15 games in charge and a series win in 2014. So Loz is back in.
I like him. I think he's a good guy.
I think Laurie is a good guy, but I don't know. There was... What I'm hearing is it was offered around and no one wanted it.
So he was the last one to say, all right then.
I could even hear it in the grabs that I heard on the news last night and it rolling around on the radio. I was like, are you excited about this, Loz? Did you really want it? I don't know. Anyway, good luck to him, and I hope the Blues get up and do a blue wash next year.
No.
And the third biggest story is Hunter Biden. Now, Joe Biden has issued a full
God, I saw this.
unconditional pardon to his son, Hunter Biden, covering convictions of federal gun and tax charges. The US president said in a statement released by the White House yesterday. Now, the decision marks a reversal for the president, who had repeatedly said he would not use his executive authority to pardon his son or commute his sentence.
Well, he can as a president, can't he? He's thinking to himself, I might as well. It's the last thing I can do.
There's got to be some perks of dad being the president.
That's a big perk, isn't it?
You know,
but is this
it's like when Mum was working at the canteen. You could go and get a
free
fruit
ice
cup
block.
for free.
All your friends got one as well.
In the statement, Joe Biden said that he had long maintained that he would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making, and I kept my word even as I've watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. But he argued it's clear that Hunter was treated differently, adding that the charges in this case came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election.
What did his son actually do? Like he did something with guns?
Tax and gun. Tax He had had a gun without a gun license.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then tax charges as well.
Yeah. I don't know. If it was your son and you were leaving...
I'd just be pardoning everything all my kids have done.
That's the thing. And
pardon
he's so old. I mean, he's not going to be around for much longer anyway.
And look, it just adds fuel to the fire about how ridiculous the American politics system is because now Trump has had all of his cases dismissed in his felony charges. They've been thrown out because presidents can't be prosecuted.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh, it is an absolute certain type of show happening over there, and it's only going to get crazier next year.
Gina and Matty.
Yesterday was so hot. It was so hot. I was like, okay, I'm going to the beach. Going to the beach. I called my wife on the way home. I said, babe, I'm going to the beach. She said, if you're going to the beach, you're taking Stevie. And I was like, why? She said, why is Stevie not at preschool? Because she's got a bit of a cough. Yeah. And there's a lot of whooping cough doing the rounds at schools and preschools at the moment. And so we had to, and one of the carers at her preschool is pregnant. And then one of the other mums that goes there is pregnant. So we're like, you know what, just keep her away. Let's keep her away. So I got home, picked up Stevie, and we went to the beach. And gosh, it was beautiful. It was so nice. The temperature of the water, perfect. And normally when we go to the beach, it's everyone, and we're a cabana family. And I don't care. Hate me. It's fine. I like
the view.
Yeah, fine. It's not about the view. Jump in the water if you want the view. It's about sun protection for me and my three kids, the five of us.
Is yours one of those really hard ones to put up?
No, it's so good. It's one of the trendy ones, the cool cabana. It just goes pop, pop, and you fill in the sides of the sand and boop, pop, pop. And I like to think of myself as the person who can nail putting up a beach umbrella. So we take one of the shovels, the kids' shovels, you dig deep, get into where it's the wet sand, then screw it in, boom, umbrella, under it. Great. We set up. Yeah. There was no one really near us, which was fantastic. As the afternoon went on, a couple of, what's the word I use? Very attractive ladies set up camp next to us. Oh. And there was a bit of then Stevie's talking to them. After I said, darling, go talk to them. No, I didn't. And they're talking to her, really cute, splashing around. And then out of nowhere, and I'm pretty, I was in my budgie smugglers, had my hat on, in my budgies, shirt off. So, my man boobs are in all the glory, soft around the middle at the moment. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. They chose to sit near us. They can deal with the dad bod. They can cop the view. They can cop the dad bod. And then we'd been there for about an hour, and I'm thinking it's time to kind of wrap it up. An hour of direct sunlight for Stevie is probably enough. It's hot. And then the wind just out of nowhere. I was like, oh, gosh, this is the perfect time. And then up goes the umbrella.
No.
Starts rolling down the beach. And if there is anything more embarrassing than a 41-year-old father of three in budgie smugglers with a wide brim hat on and a pair of terrible sunglasses chasing.
Did you just get close enough to take off again?
Chasing this beach umbrella. It travelled probably the length of two lengths of a football field. And it just kept getting further and further away from me. And I'm going, this is gross. And I'm just like, and then I'd get to it, and then it would just tumble again. And I'm chasing this damn umbrella. And I finally catch it, and I grab it, and I pull the top of it, I pull it apart, and I throw it down on the sand, and I said, that's it, Stevie, we are going home. Dad has just given himself an ick, chasing something that you can't catch up to while I'm in a pair of budgie smugglers, mind you. Guts bouncing everywhere. The attractive women are just like, oh gosh, lucky you caught it. I'm like, oh my God, I can't look at you. Put my shirt on, Stevie, we're going home. Put the umbrella in the bin at the beach and said, well, wasn't this a fun day out?
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.